What's up, people? It's your boy Beast, and I'm here with a personal game of thought, a special edition for Born with a Controller. Right now, Microsoft has relinquished, or sharing, whatever you want to call it, a lot of their exclusive IPs. We have Gears of War, Flight Simulator, Forza Horizon, and now Halo coming out next year. Now, a thought came to mind about this, and call it video game PTSD, because I got a glimpse or a flashback of systems of yesteryear, particularly the Sega Dreamcast, or the downfall of Sega consoles in the first place. Even though Microsoft is blatantly saying that they're still going to continue hardware, but this whole campaign of this is an Xbox, that's an Xbox, anything can be an Xbox, and I'm just like, where's this going? Especially now that you've given away your top exclusive games. Now, why I'm bringing this up? Because the simple fact is that Sony and Nintendo are still keeping it exclusive. So far, the only thing that Sony has shared with Xbox or PC, no matter, I mean, technically speaking, their major players have gone to Steam, which ergo can be played on Xbox in a way, but not directly, because Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us is now playable on PC through Steam. But Xbox found the loophole that they can do that same, but it's still not giving them the status of it. So my thought process is, what's happening? Because Xbox, Microsoft, whatever you want to call them, directly has given their exclusive to a console. So I'm kind of in the fence on what's the play here, on what's going on, especially with all. Now, before I jump a gun to that, gaming industry has been weird ever since the 2020s came around. Next gen systems wasn't hitting really like that. Xbox got a pass for a moment because you still got access to the OG titles directly to the system and you can still buy them in the store, unlike PlayStation, where it's a digital streaming service, or sometimes you can get a digital download of a game in particular, but prices went up. Xbox is doing, it's always a confusion. Every time you say Xbox or Microsoft, people's like, no, it's Xbox. No, it's Microsoft. Either way, point going back into this is that, why am I holding this? Anyway, point going back into this is that there's been some weird business moves. At first, with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, I thought that was a good thing because there was a lot of bad things happening in that company. So I thought Microsoft was going to do a thing about cleaning it up. But now that the prices are going up and everything like that, the real problem is that they bit off more than they can chew, and now us as the consumer are suffering for it. Same thing with Game Pass. Game Pass is a great idea. Now, mind you, the monthlies are going up, but the yearly seems like it's staying the same. So I would say do that instead of doing a month-to-month thing. But I know some people got commitment issues. But also, the fact that these weird business moves cost the gaming. The systems are going up in price, even though they're 5 years old now. These systems should be going down in prices. It's like I brought this up many times before. Ever since these pro systems came out, it's been a bother to me. But that's a whole other subject. Let's keep on focus on the weirdness that I'm feeling with all these business moves of Microsoft giving up their exclusives to PlayStation, while PlayStation and Nintendo are still really not. PlayStation sort of with PC, but Nintendo is still sticking to with their guns. Well, we will still probably never see Mario on another console or Donkey Kong. But apparently they're okay with other IPs being shared to them, especially when you saw Smash Brothers. And they had Terry Bogard, Ryu, Ken, Sephiroth, Cloud, Tekken characters. Kazuya was in it. I was like, crazy. I still got my amiibo of him. Kind of funny when you think about it. This dude, like, he's in Smash Brothers. I was like, how did we get here? But it's still not a fighting game, apparently. But anyway, I'm worried that this might be the start of a downward slope for Xbox. To me personally, they had a good start because when Sega dropped out of the console wars, Xbox felt like the proper successor because the games, the layout, the controller, everything felt similar to what the Dreamcast was meant to be. Feels like the Dreamcast was the prototype to the Xbox. Because I mean, look at the exclusives they had when they first came out. They had Crazy Taxi 3. They had Shenmue. They got Shenmue in there. Jet Set Radio Future went on Xbox. So it felt like Sega just evolved into another thing. And it was going good for a while, especially with the 360. I feel like the Xbox 360 was the best of their time. The games were freaking beautiful, fun, imaginative. Even when the Xbox Live games came out. Awesome titles all around. And they had great backwards compatibility for the most part. But the exclusives, I would say that the exclusives are important for the most part. When it comes to their own mascots, that's the only time I feel like exclusives are good. Because that's your mascot. That's the mascot of the company. I miss when companies had a proper mascot. Now, with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo, it's like Nintendo's main mascot is always going to be Mario. But then you can associate the other mascots like Donkey Kong, Princess Peach, Metroid, Samus. Who else am I thinking? Zelda, of course, Link. PlayStation had, at the time, Crash Bandicoot, Sackboy. Well, apparently Sackboy is gone now. I don't know what's going on with that. At Sackboy, Uncharted, Jack and Daxter, Spyro for a time, but that got sold out. Xbox main mascot was Master Chief, of course. We can't deny that. Master Chief was their main baby. And then Gears of War came out. And that was their other mascot. They didn't have the cute character mascot, I don't think, until Xbox 360. But they didn't utilize her too much. Cameo. Because that would have been a great mascot for them. Fable was also a good one. I mean, PlayStation also had Tomb Raider, which was, for a time, their mascot. But, I mean, Kratos as well. So they got Kratos. So it was like, you need a mascot. I feel like every company needs a mascot. Once you lose that mascot, it kind of just like, what's the point? But now PlayStation's trying to back Astro Boy. Or Astrobot, sorry. Astrobot. I was saying Astro Boy. Not Astro Boy. Even though that's a cool mascot too, but not Astro Boy. Astrobot. But Xbox definitely needed a exclusive, but now they're giving them all away. Granted, this means that you get more of a player base. On a business standpoint, it's a smart move because now you have more people playing your game. Because Xbox Studios is still a developer and publisher, so it's just like now you're sharing the space, and now you're bringing more crossplay in the mix. But still, you're losing a mascot. So what's going to be Xbox's new mascot now? Are they even going to bother with a mascot? These are the things that are going through my mind, and that's why I'm worried. I really hope they don't go down the road of Sega Dreamcast or Sega in general by just getting out of the console business, because we need that. But I also feel in the gaming industry, the mascots need to return. We need the imagination. I feel like that's missing from these game developers. Nintendo still got the imagination, albeit that they keep on rehashing the same thing most of the time. I mean, Donkey Kong, Bonanza, and Mario Kart World is actually a jump into the right direction. That's something new, and especially Metroid. So the imagination is still there, but they still need a little bit of more evolution. So yeah, it's just like how Junie said in Spy Kids, when Froby asked him, "What does my show need?" Me, I would tell them, you need more imagination. We need back the Blinks. We need back the Conquerors. We need back the Crash Bandicoots. We need back the Spyros. PlayStation came out with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for their flagship game for PlayStation 5. We need more of that. That game was amazing. And I get it. Insomniac Games is working on Spider-Man games and now Wolverine. But Sucker Punch is now in talks about bringing back Sly Cooper. That's what you need. Those type of mascots. There was an imagination during that time frame. You think that just because we got older, we didn't like those cartoon-like characters? No. We love those cartoon-like characters. They definitely need to make a comeback. If they did a chibi version of Halo, which was actually going to be a game with the Mega Bloks people, that would have been cool. It's just fun stuff like that. Even the Lego games. You know why they're successful? Because it's cute, quirky, and fun. It has a comedy to it. You need that in these video games. Video games are supposed to be about fantasy. Stop trying to make everything more. It's just like when the 2000s came out and we lost the color in our clothing and stuff like that. But yeah, not going to drown this out anymore. I'm worried about you, Microsoft. I'm worried about the gaming industry as a whole. I hope you don't go out the way the Dreamcast did. I hope you don't go out at all. But I need to make better business decisions. You can blame tariffs all you want. We already know that the acquisition wasn't good for you. And that's with a lot of things. A lot of things don't work out the way it did. You tried it, and you're losing money. So you need a fresh ideas. You need an imagination. But that's about it. Come on. We're gamers. We love to have fun in games. And I know there's some gamers out there that want to make things weird. We shouldn't let them. It should be about the fantasy. Escape from reality and stuff like that. To get into that adventure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, be excellent to one another. Be stout.
So remember.